Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. We have some quest actions available. Let's see which one we are going to do. We are looking at the Yule Festival. The repeat of the Yule Festival. The Yule Festival, I guess you could call it Yule Festival in July and August is here. I will swear to you, I did not know this was happening whenever I made that video a week ago. This came as a complete shock to me, so I am planning to go out and buy some Powerball tickets this week. See if I can put this precognizance to good use. Yule Festival is here. The Yule Festival is a time of celebration and merriment. Come and join the festivities in Frost Bluff and drink, eat, and be merry. So we are going to accept that quest. Let us go ahead and complete it. Visit the delightful land of Frost Bluff where all things winter and all things special are happening. Come quickly. Very good. Now we are going to go pick up the Frost Bluff. Go head over to Frost Bluff. I know that there is a new quest involved. It's apparently a one-time only quest, so we are going to go and see if we can get that started. Find the beginnings of it, and I will see you when we get over there. Then once we've explored that a little bit, we'll probably come over here and talk to Corodan again and get headed down the Great River once more. So we will see you very shortly. Alright, we have arrived here in Frost Bluff, just outside of the doors of Winterhome. Looks like here is the new steed, the Winter's Elk Steed. Looks quite nice, yes. I definitely think we are going to be trying to get our hands on that. Looks like the festival announcer. Oh, the festival announcer. For some reason, I thought Miss Sandy Downs over here was the festival announcer, but apparently the stable master is. Stolen Sweets.
Will you give me a moment of your time, friend?
Good traveler, I must enlist your aid. One of the great eagles was bearing a sack of sweets from far off Gondor hither to Winterhome. Alas, the bag was lost. Excuse me. Alas, the bag was rent, and the sweets fell from it as she flew. She realized her mistake only as the last sweet fell, and with her keen eyes watched as wintry beasts seized it and ran off into the snow. She had flown among the cold and snowy regions of Middle-earth, she told us, to avoid the sun's great heat and to keep the sweets from spoiling. It is much to ask, I know, but those sweets are destined for the poor children of Winterhome. Will you visit the frozen regions of Middle-earth and recover them? I fear they may have all been seized by the creatures of those parts. The sweets that were lost, should you know, were hot cross buns, plum pudding, gingerbread, peppermint treats, a flask of wassail, and fruit cake. All right, so we get the Tome of the Yule Rabbit, legendary item experience, and Gnarlo, bringer of sweets. We will go ahead and accept that one. We are definitely going to be working on that. I like the Yule Fest. The Yule Fest is always fun. It's one of my favorites. I've showed y'all before, I believe it was, how I can double box it and get Gnarlo and Glennoran working on it the full time, both at the same time as I drag them around one after another. And I can do the same thing with Narwhal and Narwin, and have all my characters kind of doing them at the same time. And they're just fun, quick quests to do, you know. So we are going to be doing that. In the meantime, let us head on back over to Caras Galathon, and let us see if we can find Corodan, who is supposed to act as our guide. He's Corodan the Riverwalker, who's supposed to act as our guide down to the lower reaches of the Great River, where maybe we will see the end effect of what has happened with Boromir's betrayal of the Fellowship. So we will see y'all when we arrive back over there. We have returned. We are at the very top steps of Galadriel's garden here, and we're going to mount up.
I was trying to get my, little personal lamp effect. There we go. It finally lit up. Or I got a lamp effect there for a second. Let's try it again. Alt F10. Alt F10. Yeah, see, it's not wanting to light up. It flashed for just a second, or was that just this area? Guess that was just the area I was standing in. It's supposed to have that little Alt F10 and have the light that sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't here lately on my machine, and I am not at all sure why. I know I've got the F keys turned on. My keyboard does have a function where the F key, you can turn the function keys off, and part of that is I know that is functioning because I am recording right now, and if I wasn't, if they weren't functioning, I wouldn't be recording right now. So we need to talk to Corridan. So let us go on up the ladder. This should be the flet that we're looking for, the Talan Nedul. And let's see if we might be able to find this person. I wonder how far up are they? Could they be up above us? Let's see. Let's go all the way to the top. We're still in the Talan Nedul. Are there any further routes further up? Got a flet runner there. I wouldn't be flet running up in these parts, let me tell you. Ooh, what is that? That is quite the interesting little thing there, whatever it is. Ah, that's the roof of the building below us. Okay, I did not see any doors or anything that led us into this particular part. And I'm not really seeing an arrow on my, not an arrow, a ring on my map either. Saying that, there, okay, it's to the south of us. See that ring that appeared there? So it looks like it's over this way? Yeah. Are they over there? Is this all part of the same flet? Or is that person down there? It's like that person must be down there. Well, here's another one that goes further up. This is a big Talane here, isn't it? Is it up above us then? Is there a level up above us that he could possibly, maybe up there that they could possibly be on? Yep, there they are. Round on this side. Boy, we had to climb for you. If I wanted to get this kind of stuff, I would have stuck in EverQuest and played Kithcore, you know?
The lady has spoken to me about this, and I would refuse her nothing.
Book 7, Chapter 3, The Riverwalker. The lady has spoken to me about this, Gnarlo, and I would refuse her nothing. But there is another reason I would help you. Corridan looks at you, his eyes shining with a curious look of gratitude. You were a friend to my sister Sigileth in Mirkwood. When the Hidden Guard and the Golden Host journeyed to the fastness of Dol Guldur, you fought alongside Sigileth. How many times did you save her life, or she yours? I do not know, but I am certain it was more than once. I wish that the tides of fate had swept the two of you together during that final assault on the tower, rather than apart. For had the two of you been together on the stairs, perhaps she would have returned from Middle-earth. But it was not to be. That is the way of things. I would be honored to accompany you south along to Anduin. Sigileth's friends are mine as well. We will need supplies, boats and limbus and paddles. Speak to Bordhrist and Fengolf about acquiring such things as we will need. Bordhurst will be on Talain Galadrim, and Fengolf will be near the surrounding hedge beneath Talan Gloraloth, not far from the entrance to Caras Galathon. Okay, so we need to talk to the two of them now about the items that we are going to need for our journey to the far south. Let us head back down to the ground, if we can find our way back down to the ground, and then we will go and visit those two flets
and see what the people there can tell us. So I will be back in just a few once I locate where they are. Let's take a look here. That's not it. Alright, there's the first one. That's the Telaine Gloriloth. And that is her garden. The House of Celeborn. Company's Pavilion. That's the one we just left. Don't tell me I've never found the Telaine Galadrim. I'm sure I have. Let's go down here and visit this one. And we will check it out first. Alright, Corodan was in fact not lying. Here we are at the gates. And just on around the corner, just a slight distance, we have Feingolf standing right over here. Let us dismount and talk to her and see what she has to say about what they're going to need to arrange for boats and paddles.
The Lady Galadriel is wise to send Corydon as your guide.
You need a boat for navigating the Anduin. Yes, I will provide one, and paddles beside. How many will be going with you? You tell Feingolf the composition of your party, and she nods. The Lady Galadriel is wise to send Corodan with you. He is called the River Walker, you know, and it is a name truly given. He knows the lands on either side of the Anduin better than any elf I know. His sister Sigileth perished in Dol Guldur. We were not close, she and I, for she had a temper unlike anyone else, and to me she was always sharp and stern. It is a shame what happened to her, even so. I am certain she did great damage to her enemies before she fell, and that must be a consolation to Corodan in his grief. The boat and the paddle will be ready when the time comes for your departure, Gnarlo. Okay, so now let's see if we can find the Telaine Galadrim. I know we've been on it. I think it may be the one that actually has the Lord and Lady's house on it. We will take a look and see. Which one is this one? It's another ladder. Which one are we on now? This is the Gloriloth. So this is the one where we were to find her underneath. Oh, this counts as being underneath? Okay. We will continue. These flits are pretty big, ain't they? They kind of stretch. I guess they consider all the connected parts of them to be the same, flit, the same talon. I bet this is part of it as well, is it not? Yep, there you go. They connect all the connected parts of it. So, let us see if we can find the one of the Lord and Lady. I'll bet it's that one. I would not be surprised at all. We're going to keep riding around until we can find it. If we have to climb every tree in this place. And I will see y'all again in a little bit. This is indeed the one with the spiral stair around the side of it, the spiral ramp that leads up to the Lord and Lady's house. As you see, we do have a gold ring. There they are. There's Bordhurst. Let us talk to them and see. All the piles of supplies nearby.
I will give you enough lembas and other foodstuffs for 2 weeks.
You are preparing for a journey down the Anduin. You have come to the correct elf, Gnarlo. I will supply you with enough limbus and other goods to make such a journey comfortable. Traveling by boat will require you to disembark occasionally. There's a portage way you will need to take around the rapids of San Gabir. Do not be so foolish as to traverse in the boats. And of course you will need to beach them before you reach the falls of Raros. It is a long climb down the cliff face, but I've heard there's a way that was used of old. I will give you enough limbus and other foodstuffs for 2 weeks. Corodan can cover that distance in 5 or 6 days. That should suffice. Namarie. Alright, return to Corodan. That we will do. We've collected Lorien paddles. Collected the limbus. Are we going to collect boats? Say, my
God we're going to have big pockets. Let's see, does it give us paddles and boats? Lorien paddles. This wooden paddle is of the type used by elves of Lothlorien on the Great River. These packets contain enough limbus to supply nutrition to your party for the duration of your journey. Fantastic. Okay, let us go back down. We are going to return down to Corodan. Inform him that we are ready with the supplies, and we will greet you again when we arrive there. I think we passed this part of it. I believe so. The Telanadul. Yep. Now we just got to find where it is he was again. Was he all the way up to the top? I believe he was. Yep. We got at least one more ladder to climb. And there we are. Hello, Corodan. We've gotten many of the supplies you were wanting.
The last time I traveled south, orcs were gathering on the river bank.
You have done as I asked. Good. The most important step of a journey occurs before you even leave home, the preparations for your departure. Make sure your weapons are cleaned and ready. The last time I traveled south, which was some weeks ago, orcs were gathering on the far shore of Anduin. We may need to face them. Unfortunately, I lent my bow to Fimloth at Halderith on my return from that journey. Perhaps we can stop by her encampment when we depart, and I can recover my bow from her. I will use a spare until then, but there is nothing quite like your own familiar weapons, is there? Sigileth spoke often of her knives, Lankagil and Egnasagil, and I feel the same way about my bow, though it has no name. My sister was always better with names. But now you should return to the house of Celeborn and speak with your Dunlending friend. Tell her that we are almost ready to leave. Oh, my lord, so back over to the house of Celeborn again, where we just came from. Talk to Nona near the house of Celeborn when you're ready to depart on your southward journey. Okay, let us go back over. This is definitely one of those back and forth FedEx quests here. Mount up again. It looks like the dawn is rising. Dawn is almost here. It will be daylight again before we know it. Alright, back over to Caras Galathon. Actually, back over to the... not to Galadriel's garden. Back over to the Telane Galadrim and the House of the Lord and Lady. And we will rejoin you whenever we are close to finding Nona. So we will see you there. We are back on the... Oh, that one didn't take long, did we? We didn't have to go all the way up to the Lord and Lady's house above us, did we? Nona's down here in one of the lower levels. All right, good. Well, let us speak to her right quick. That is a shiny brooch you have there, Nona.
Wadu's sword is thirsty for more adventure.
You look a little better. You got some color back to you. You're not as pale as you were. I followed you here on the behest of a dream, Nolo. I will follow you wherever our road leads. If I'd venture into today, I would already have quite a tale to tell Silvich on my return. I cannot imagine what awaits us, but it will only add to the record of our deeds. Wadu's sword is thirsty for more adventure as well. If we come across more Easterlings or their fell ally, as we did in the swamps, I will be more ready than I was last time.
This land of elves is a long way from Enidwaith. A long way from my people.
Chapter 4, Along the Shore. I am grateful for the healing arts of Galadriel and her people, and for the lady's willingness for me to see her city. But there is something strange about this place, and I must tell you the truth, it is no place for me. I want my feet on the ground and my foes in front of me. This land of elves is a long way from Enidwaith, a long way from my people. I am ready to depart, Gnarlo. Perhaps things will feel more familiar to me as we journey along the river. You will automatically travel to Halderith in the Great River as you accept this quest. Okay, so we are traveling down to Halderith. That is where he wanted to stop and speak to her about getting her his bow back. How much you want to bet we have to go adventuring for a bow now? No, it's like there's Corridan. Did we leave Nona on the outside, perhaps? Perhaps, who knows. Alrighty. That would be Halderith. Oh, that's Nona.
I lent my favorite bow to Fimloth, and now she has lost it.
Ah, why did we know that? I am not pleased about this, Gnarlo. I let Fimloth, my favorite bow to use, while I remained in Lothlorien, and now she has lost it. Corridan lowers his voice and turns to his apologetic friend. No, Fimloth, I am not upset. If those orcs were as numerous as you report, you were right to flee. A bow is a bow, and the lives of my friends come first, but only barely. I will search the woods of Thinglad for the orc that picked it up as you escaped. So in other words, I will search the woods for you, because I know you're going to do your ranger imitation now, aren't you? Are you of a mind to join the hunt, Gnarlo? Your Dunlending friend has already agreed to fight the orcs with me as well. Perhaps we can make a game of it. The first of us to find my lost bow will be the victor, but I shall be the happiest of all to have the bow back in my hands. Defeat orcs in Thinglad while Nona and Corridan hunt for the bow as well. Yep. Let me guess which one of us I bet will turn up with it. And while we're at it, Fimloth, you're the one that lost the bow. Why don't you come along too? Elves and Rangers. Elves and Rangers. All right, I think we are going to call it an episode there. Next time we return, we will be trying, I think, to see if we can find those stolen sweets and get the Christmas bunny, okay? So we will see you then. Thanks for coming along. Hope you enjoyed it. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.